always is in headlines, always is getting attacked, and maybe our future president, because he was already a president before, but he might be the next president again. President Donald Trump. Trump challenges Biden to a debate, and I can only imagine what that debate would look like. I can only imagine how Sleepy Joe would look going up against energetic Trump. I can't imagine. The Democrats need a new face, man. The Democrats need a new face. Let's tune into this video. Let's see what Trump has to say about Biden.
She and Biden have like almost, in a way, some would say team up together. They're Biden's people to say, look, if you're going to complain about age, Trump's demeanor, Trump makes mistakes, forgets names. She's trying to equate Biden's decline, which is fairly obvious, with you for being, 77.
Well, he's declined, and there's no question about it, but he was always sort of semi-declined if you go back 25 years. No, but he was not one of the smarter people. He's tried to be president many times, 4 times at least that they know of. And all of a sudden, when he's most diminished, this is when he hit, and he did it. But if you look at me, I feel, and I really mean this, and I would tell you, and I think you tell me too, because we've known each other a long time. If I felt diminished, okay, let's use a nice term. If I felt diminished or declined any way, I think I'd know it. And I think I'd say, I'm not running. Somebody should talk to him. But if he runs, he runs. He doesn't seem to be, I heard you say that he's very persistent, and he probably is. I think most
stubborn.
people, I think that most people that run would be stubborn or persistent and, just not want to give up the ghost. But, we have a nation to run. We have a nation that has to survive. We have nuclear weapons, and the likes of which, and you don't even want to know about it, the most powerful weapons in the history of the world, so powerful that you don't even want to talk about them. And we have him negotiating for us. And in his best years, he couldn't have negotiated well. Now he has no clue what's happening. And I know Putin very well, and I know President Xi of China. I know them all. Kim Jong-un, I know very well. I did a great job with him.
Do you think they'd prefer him to remain as president because they believe that they can dominate the global, the global situation much easier with him in office?
Well, they want him very badly to be president. I mean, I'm sure a lot of money is being spent on between Russia and China, no question with China, Russia too. Look, Ukraine would have never happened. I know Putin so well, and it was the apple of his eye. Ukraine was the apple of his eye. I said, don't ever do it. It would have never happened, by the way.
We're going to get into that in a minute, but back to Biden and his current state, whatever you want to call it. Will you challenge him to regular debates?
Before we get into that part, I have to say this. I don't know if it would have happened under Trump. We don't know that. He can say all of this, all that he wants, but we honestly don't know if it would have happened. And if it did happen, how would Trump have responded? Would he have sent money to him? No. Would he have let Ukraine fall flat on their face? I believe so. And that's the tug of war. That's the tug of war that's going on right now with these two parties. One side is all for this war and helping Ukraine, and the other side is all for staying the hell away from it and not sending any more dollars of the U.S. money, which I fully understand.
Yeah. Regardless of the concern about the moderators, I know that's always annoying, but I'll be happy to moderate one, by the way. Would you challenge him? Come on, Joe, you can do it. Will you challenge him to a debate regularly on focused specific topics? In other words, so it's not a wide-ranging, just one debate on foreign policy.
Well, I'll do it right now on your show. I'll challenge him right now, and we can do you can do anybody you want. I'll take anybody from CNN, which is doing very poorly in the ratings, by the way, as you probably know. I'll take anybody because I think you have an obligation in this case. You really have an obligation to debate. When it came to the Republicans, I was up by 40, 50, 60 points, like being up on her. I think a poll just came out. I'm at 91 and she's at 7. And would you debate? You want to be smart. You don't have to waste your time doing.
But that would be instructive to see you versus Biden on any given topic.
Regardless.
He wouldn't stand a chance. Biden would go to. That's Biden. The whole debate. Trump is just going to be all over him, digging into him. And Biden's going to throw some shots. And then he's going to forget what Trump asked him. And then he's going to. And oh man, we don't want to see Kamala Harris up there either against Trump. Let's be honest here, people. Let's be honest. We don't want to see that at all.
Listen, poll numbers. I'm way up on him now in the polls, and frankly, I think we have an obligation. When you have the final Republican, the final Democrat, you have the two people you have to debate regardless of polls.
How many debates would you commit to?
As many as necessary. I would like to do it starting now. I don't think he's going to debate, though. I really don't think so. I mean, we had a debate where at the end of the debate, he admitted I was right about almost everything, but in particular on energy. Do you remember? I said, I feel like Perry Mason, the way you just collapsed. And he admitted everything about energy, and that's what actually happened, and that's why your energy costs went up 3 and 4 times.
He's not going to pull up to any debate this year. He barely wants to pull up to any interview where he can have it scripted, where he can have all the questions asked to him way ahead of time so he can prepare. He doesn't even want to do that. And this is our president. This is the president of the United States. We're not talking about the Pope here. We're not talking about the King of England, where these people stay in power for decades, centuries. We're talking about someone who's running the president, the entire United States for a few years. He's too old. He's turning 80 something.
I mean, we had $1.87, and he was up to $5, $6, $7, and that's going to happen immediately after the election. Let's not even talk about if he wins. We can't allow it to win. We're not going to have a country left. But that's going to be, you will have energy costs, and this whole concept of all electric, everybody having an electric vehicle, they don't go far. People don't want that. They want everything. They may want electric, but they also want other choices.
Hey, Sean Hannity here.
That's a fact. That's a fact. People do not just want electric cars. They want to have that gas feel. They want to have that gas smell. They want to have that gas engine still, just in case the electric cars pretty much fall flat on their face. This is a newer thing that we're dealing with when it comes to electric vehicles. The batteries cost a lot to make. It costs a ton of money to make, and they cost a ton of money to replace. And honestly, gas has just been around for so long, people just know it's a much more reliable car. It's a much more reliable thing. Much more reliable. But we'll see. I doubt Trump and Biden will actually have a debate. I don't think that Biden wants to even be out in the public.